忘れたの？君は私に買われてるんだよ。返事ははいかワンだけ。
Makima is a compulsive liar and an extremely skilled manipulator, willing to use other people and devils as mere pawns to further her own goals. She perceives a certain fondness to people that resembles the relationship between man and pets, because to her, people are loyal and easily handled. She's a true expert on manipulation, and today we'll be trying to break down a few of her manipulation tactics and how she uses them. But we should always keep in mind that this is only a fictional character, and not all her actions can be perfectly explained or justified. After all, this is only for entertainment purposes. But to try and make better sense of such actions, we'll be using a book called Who's Pulling Your Strings by Dr. Harriet Breaker, which will serve as reference for Makima's manipulation strategies. So without further ado, let's get it. Now, if you've watched my Johan video, you probably have an idea on some of the most common manipulation tools, but the beauty of books and knowledge in general is how each author has a different perspective on a topic. You see, unlike your conventional thoughts on manipulation, Breaker describes manipulation as a simple formula. You either do as I say and get rewarded, or you defy me and you don't get what you want. Breaker states that the manipulator holds out the promise of gain or the fear of loss to convince the victim into doing what they want. We see this very early into the anime when Makima gives Denji the option to either kill him as a devil or keep him as a human. And if he chooses to be kept as a human, she promises to keep him well fed. This creates all sorts of fears in Denji's mind, like the withdrawal of affection by Makima, the fear of rejection and abandonment, and the lack of a good meal. These are all things that Makima threatens Denji with to get him to do as she wants. But how did she know manipulation would work so well on Denji? Part of this is owed to the power that Makima possesses, which unfortunately due to spoiler reasons I can't dive into, but if you've read the manga, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Secondly, this is owed to the signs that skilled manipulators look out for when picking their victims, which brings us to our second point, signs that manipulators leverage. The first of these signs is having a disease to please. Breaker describes this as having your self-esteem tied to how successful you are at pleasing others. This is something Denji does countless of times for Makima, even going as far as putting his own life at risk just to please her. Now we all understand why. But once Makima picked up on this, she knew that she could use it to easily manipulate Denji into hunting the gun devil for her. Sheesh. The second sign is the addiction to earn approval and acceptance. Now we all know my boy Denji is a very thirsty guy, if you get what I'm saying. He will do whatever it takes to get Makima's approval and acceptance, if it gives him the slightest chance of getting with Makima. Remember when he literally had a chance to hook up with Himeno? My guy was so close, but the mere thought of him betraying Makima made him give up on this 1 in a million chance. Ain't no way, bro. I know, right? Listen, don't get me wrong. We all want to be liked and accepted. This is perfectly normal. But what lies at the core of Denji's love for Makima is the fear of rejection and abandonment, making it easy for Makima to control his behavior. She simply has to give him all the approval he needs now. Then once he's hooked, she has to just threaten to take it all away. Dang! The third sign is having a lack of assertiveness and the inability to say no. This is just a reality of life. If you lack the ability to say no, then you'll always be a victim of high authority individuals. And this is something that Aki seems to be struggling with. Even when Makima placed a huge burden on him to basically babysit Power and Denji, he couldn't refuse this. But come on bro, Makima's his boss. Yeah, I know she is, but I'm pretty sure babysitting didn't form part of the job description. Breaker actually words this perfectly in her book when she says, if you like most people pleasers, your aversion to saying no is probably grounded in the negative angry responses that you anticipate your denial might elicit. This perfectly describes what Aki might be going through. You see, Makima is a no-nonsense authority figure who is well respected among devil hunters, so it's only normal that Aki would want to stay on her good side out of fear of what might happen if he refused to comply with her wishes, leaving him wide open for Makima to manipulate. Makima claims that all her actions serve to bring peace to the world, but someone in the anime saw right through her carefully crafted fake image. This person was Kishibe, who suspects Makima of disguising her true intentions under the guise of being a benevolent savior of humanity. This is clearly shown in episode 11 when Kishibe meets up with Makima. He's like, yo, did you hear about the massacre that went down the other day? And she's like, yeah, I was there. What about it? Hey, yo, why don't you seem fazed by this? That's hella sus. Did you know something was about to go down or something? And she comes with some nonsense like, nah, you know me, I'm just trying to save humanity. I would never allow something like that to happen if I knew about it. But my boy's like, yo, this chick's capping for real. This shows that Kishibe isn't just strong in terms of raw power, but he also has a crazy level of awareness. Trust me man, don't underestimate this guy. In my Johan video, we already covered coercion as a form of blackmail, but Makima takes it a step further by issuing threats to force her victims to do as she wants. In episode 11, Makima meets up with the Yakuza boss that the Katana man belongs to. She tries to strike a deal with him to give up all the names of the people who had contracts with the Gun Devil. When the mafia boss refuses, claiming that this would start a foreign war between the different families, we finally get a taste of Makima's ruthless nature. She calmly pulls out a paper bag. And listen closely to what she says. What's in this bag is not money, it's things that belong to all the men in this room. It's the eyes of their lovers, wives, grandparents, siblings and relatives. I ain't playing, nigga. You'll do as I say. Okay, maybe not that last part, but you get what I mean. Makima possesses a calm and collected demeanor. Even during the massacre, she seems to maintain her composure while dishing out a ruthless display of her power. She finds pleasure in inflicting pain on others. Her blackmail tactics are terrifying and brutal, but this is just my opinion of Makima, and I'd like to know what you guys think of Makima's manipulation skills in the comments. And speaking of comments, today's comment of the day is from my AYANOKOJI video, and it's by one of the coolest Spartans we have on this channel. His name is Wolfino. He's always commenting, and Wolfino says, I always listen carefully and also talk less, but about observation. I always try to observe everything around me, but 90% of the time I forget about observation and don't observe things carefully. How can I always keep in mind about observing things around me? Now, I already mentioned this in my reply to you, Wolfino, but I'll just say it again. We all have this feeling where we are in this autopilot mode, where we just do things without thinking, and it's really difficult to break this habit. You can start by slowing things down. Stop for a second and just reflect on what you're actually doing. Ask yourself if you focused in that moment, why you're being distracted, and try to figure out why you feel this way. And if this doesn't help, don't really worry about it, because I'll be doing a video on observational awareness really soon. So yeah, we also have our very first tweet of the day, and it's by one of the most goated Spartans on our channel. This guy actually went through the effort to follow me on Twitter even though I didn't ask for it. So I just wanted to show some Spartan appreciation to him. He says, "Thank you for making a video on my waifu, Lord AYANOKOJI." Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Keep being awesome. Alright, if you've enjoyed the video or found it useful in any way, be sure to warhammer smash that like button and subscribe to join the Spartan army. And until next time guys, peace.
I